Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, it's going to be my haul for today. And it was totally unintentional. I didn't plan it in advance. I didn't plan on going and getting anything in advance. I thought, oh, hey, why don't I? Yada, yada, yada. But I want to start showing you what I just got just a real short while ago. I was in the middle of a movie. A little over an hour ago, was delivered to my front door. It's right here. Is The Essential Incredible Hulk, Volume 2. Well, this is a good era of the Hulk. It's from Tales to Astonish 92 to 101, and Hulk 102 to 117, and Annual number 1. And this is in that, of course it's all black and white. It's a real cool era in the mid and late 60s. The first story starts off with Stan Lee wrote it, but great Marie Severin did the art. I just talked about her the other day. Marie Severin. And it's mostly featuring the pencils of Herb Trimpe, with various inkers, and the best of the inkers on his work was John Severin. So that's in there. I was looking through it, and I thought, well, here's one issue that has Trimpe and Severin art, and then the following issue had Marie Severin doing the pencils, and I forgot the artist. So, the inker. And I go, that would have been great if it had Marie and John Severin doing a Hulk story together, because years later they worked together on Cull. But this is I've been looking through some of my comics, and I go boxes and boxes. Well, there should be some Hulks in here, and I have very little regular floppy issues of the Hulk from older stuff. I know I have some that I have picked up in recent years, but I think a few years ago, when I had to get rid of a bunch of my comics, I think I got rid of most of my Hulk, primarily with the exception of some issues of the Rampaging Hulk black and white magazine, which I now also have in Essentials format. And that was probably the best era of Hulk in comics. But this is right up there with it. Awesome, really cool stuff. This is the version of the Hulk that most people think of and love. Okay, and this afternoon, later this afternoon, I wanted to get something I forgot, and I went to a comic shop. Fortunately, there are two that are close to where I live, and I picked this up little freebie. Handout ash can. It's promotional stuff for something coming out in October, I think. The Exorcism at 1600 Penn, which is, of course, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House in D.C. And it looks really, really interesting. I haven't read it yet. And, of course, this is a teaser to get you interested so that you go and buy the book. So, but that looks interesting. Now, this is what I actually went to the store to get. I intended to go by yesterday and pick it up, and I completely forgot it until I was listening to a video of Dope Comics, my buddy Dope, and he was mentioned Cruel Universe, and I said, "Oh crap! I forgot. I meant to go pick that up yesterday." So I stopped right there, and I rushed over to the store to pick up a copy of Cruel Universe #1 from the new EC Comics, and just thumbed through it. I haven't read it, of course. It has some interesting artwork. I saw Dope's review the other day, and I know he is not happy with it, and I don't know yet since I haven't read it. But has some interesting art. Some of it's better than others, and but we'll see. The Epitaphs from the Abyss, which is a real clunky name. Cruel Universe is a much better title. And that Epitaphs was terribly disappointing. Now, I plan on doing a review of this this book, and so that review may well be, probably will be, uploaded before this video gets uploaded. So you might know what I think of it before I do. Before I do now. And science fiction. And I had another one looking through there, and I thought, well, this looks interesting. And Tales of the Bazaar #3. They also had an issue #2, but I had only intended to get one or two books. I didn't want to spend very much, and this is Tales of the Bazaar. I said it looks interesting, which I haven't heard of. I don't know the publisher or anything. It has some nice and interesting artwork in it. So it looks like it might be, of course, with horror. It's a horror anthology, and we'll see how that works out. Anything on the back? Just more, just adds. And then they got a spinner rack, just full of mostly older, or I guess that they're not doing any of them anymore. These dollar comics that Marvel, DC, and other publishers were producing a few years ago, as either as reprints or teasers for other projects. And this is one I hadn't heard of, and this is from 2010. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen this dollar comic. Marvel's Greatest Comics, Agents of Atlas, and I understand this is stuff from characters and situations and stuff derived from the Atlas years before it was Marvel, including this is Jimmy Woo, who was later brought back as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the 60s. That looks like it might be interesting. Before then, I had out running an errand, and it took me close, so I just went right on to the Brass Armadillo Antique Mall, and because there's a few dealers there who do a lot of comics, and I said, okay, I want to keep this down to $10 to $12. So I didn't get very much. And because usually I go there and I spend more than I intend. So this time I was right on. It was $10 to $12. With the tax, it was pennies under $13. So that was right in there. So we got here this is actually from 1984. Charlton Comics, Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library. And can't you see the things in the subway? Can't you see them? I don't think there's even a story in here about that. This is my, oh yeah, that one is the things in the subway. But this is apparently, and you know how Charlton was with it. This has offset staples in the spine. I mean, it's like a half inch away from the spine. Of course, this is a Joe Staton cover, and Joe Staton did art in the stuff. Oh, but here's Baron Werewolf, who is supposedly the horror host for this title. Yet he's not even in there. They got Winnie the witch here, and where's this other one? The one from the cover, it doesn't have any horror host. Then this one is what's his name? Mr. Death? I don't know his name. But I think they made a mistake here somewhere, because here, in this story it says Staton and Nick, but unless Joe Staton wrote it. But Nick, because it looks like just like Wayne Howard art, and I really like his art. his stuff. And the Joe Stanton one. This is the style. I just want here. This is the version of Joe Stanton's artwork that I really like the best. It was real early in his career, and his stuff looks much different today. But that's the version of Joe Stanton artwork. Then I picked this one up here. Actually, it was a pair. Solar Man 1 and 2. And I think it was just a 2-issue mini. And I don't remember, I bought these at the time, and I haven't had them in years, so I'll have to read them again. And Mike Zeck doing the covers, interior art pencils by Jim Mooney. And I don't remember the circumstances, and I got it because it says it's David Oliphant from '88, actually '89, but as the copyright holder to the character. But so I don't know what the deal is. Was he a toy that I never saw? Was it a video game or something else? I don't know. And then here's something that from '96, Ultra Girl #2. Guest starring the New Warriors. Of course, I'm familiar with the New Warriors, but I've never heard of Ultra Girl at all. And Leonard Kirk is the artist in here, penciler. And didn't he later do Power Girl? That's what I'm thinking, because this whole thing makes me think of Power Girl. Then we got here Secret Origins, starring Adam Strange and Dr. Occult. This is kind of neat because, of course, it's got the Adam Strange is written by Jerry Conway, based on stuff from Gardner Fox and Mike Sikowski, but it was penciled by Carmine Infantino, but fortunately, it was inked by Tony DeZuniga. And this is at a time period when I just did not like Carmine Infantino's work very much. It was much later in his life, and I don't think he was nearly as good. But this is so in my opinion, the Tony DeZuniga inks really help punch up the artwork on this one. And then it's Adam Strange, and then Dr. Occult, and of course he's a character that you don't ever see very often. And this was written by Roy Thomas, and Howard Simpson was the penciler. And but one of the neat things is that Dr. Occult was a creation of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who created Superman. And so something I just never see from Dr. Occult. And then we're going to finish this up here with this. This is the most expensive thing I bought. This was $5, but it's a nice thick one. It's Super Cracked #1 from summer of 1987. So it's I think it's all or mostly reprint material, dealing with superheroes and comics and comic-related stuff, with movie parodies and comic book parodies. I don't know why they have Rocky in it, but they have Rocky 2000. So it's a parody of Rocky. Had some really nice stuff, and of course, I mentioned John Severn before, and most of the artwork in here is by John Severn, but not by himself. Got some Bill Ray and some. Bill Ward. Where's the Bill Ward? I don't. Oh yeah, it has a photo section there. Yeah, there's Bill Ward. When he does his, because he was really known for his very sexy women, because that's what he did mostly. Gag cartoons and comics, and of course in men's magazines and stuff. So I thought that was a nice catch, because I love Cracked. I think I like Cracked better than Mad Magazine, at least a certain time frame of Mad Magazine, and partially also because I love so much John Severn art. But it's got more of the stuff that I like, and a lot of oftentimes Mad Magazine had so much of the stuff that I didn't care about. But I really especially loved the movie and comic book and other similar stuff parodies. And That was so good. So here's Bill Ray cover, and on the back is John Severin version of Sylvester P. Smythe. And I don't want to show too much in that because I want to read that and do an episode on it, and that's all because that's a lot of fun. Boy, this took longer than I had anticipated. So I want to thank you all for joining me, and please like, share, and subscribe, and and leave your comments down below because you'll be seeing some of these again, especially that Super Cracked and Solar Man. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And remember, comics are art.